Good Day Columbus on Fox 28 starts now with its first warning winter weather alert.
And good morning. Okay, so it is Friday, but it is a very busy one, to say the least. Thanks for joining us.
What a morning it is. We are following a huge winter storm pushing through our area. And of course, our reporters are scattered throughout central Ohio. We have live team coverage for you this morning. And talking about team coverage, they are everywhere. We have brought all hands on deck, really, covering every single angle of this storm. But first, Good Day Columbus is your school closing headquarters, just in, always on. And this winter mix is causing a lot of closings and a ton of delays this morning. Columbus City schools closed. That doesn't happen all too often.
It does not.
And joining Columbus City schools, Dublin City, Newark City, Olentangy City, Westerville City, those are all closed. The complete list is always scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, as Carolyn said, that's just a handful of them.
Just a
Now,
handful.
If you haven't already done this, this is really a great thing you ought to consider signing up for. Text alerts. The moment your district closes or goes on a delay, you get a text message. All you have to do to sign up, head to our website, myfox28columbus.com. Click on Text Me to get signed up. And of course, we have team coverage in the weather department as well. Lisa Colbert tracking some changes in the First Warning Weather Center for us.
Yeah, and Pete, we are tracking still a little bit of freezing rain. Let's take you right to Doppler and show you what we are dealing with. Icy conditions, no question. And where you're seeing these pockets of pink, still freezing rain right between Westerville and Sunbury as we head up toward Delaware County and out east. This is just east of Reynoldsburg along 70, heading into Licking County, extremely icy. And even here in Franklin County, although most of the freezing rain winding down at this point, ice is the big story this morning, getting into your car, changing your plans. Pretty much almost all of our always-on districts closed today. Clintonville, we're at 28, and this is the key. Downtown, 29. Notice that everyone still below freezing. Gahanna out toward the airport trying to de-ice the planes. We're at 28 degrees. Reynoldsburg, 26. And good morning, Hilliard, Dublin. You're not going to school today. Temperature still in the upper 20s, and that means anything falling right now, while it may look like plain old raindrops, it is extremely icy. And this picture telling it all. This is our tower cam up above the city. It is iced, encased. Temperatures in the 20s this morning. But here is the story. We are going to warm up. In fact, by lunchtime already in the 40s. So I'd say by about 10 a.m., most of us start to climb above freezing. The rain winds down, conditions improve, and actually a decent end to your day. We're in the upper 40s. Here is Mike Kilburn. He's got our Kevin Kurgis steer clear traffic. Of course, traffic this morning, the big story. And he's keeping an eye on all areas of town. Mike?
Yeah, good morning, Lisa. You see, I circled this area right here. We've just now picked up another accident. So there's 4 accidents within probably about a square mile. Let's take a look at some of these accidents that we're dealing with. 670 westbound at 315, 71 southbound at 670, and 170 westbound at 315. And this is the one we just added in, 315 southbound at Goodale. So again, a lot of slick spots in that area, and those are all major routes. So, I mean, those are routes that have been treated, so we're not seeing very good results in that area. Out to the east, we've got 2 accidents, and these are within about a mile of each other. 270 southbound at US 33 and 270 northbound at I-70, so some caution out there. And again, an accident up on the north side, State Route 161 at Bush Boulevard. Ashley Yours out in Mobile Track this morning. She's got that street level view of how the road conditions are shaping up this morning. Ashley?
Good morning, Mike. We are on 71 North, just going past downtown. It is just messy and sloppy out here on the roads. If you don't have to drive this morning, I would not recommend it. Take a look. You can see the roads are just coated. They are soaking wet. There are still patches of ice out here, so you definitely have to be really careful. You can see cars going a little slower than normal this morning, so you definitely want to take it easy. Now, when you walk out to go out to your car initially, you're going to see it is completely coated and covered in a thin layer of ice. It looks a little something like this until your defroster hits. So this is a camera on the top of Mobile Track and just completely covered in ice, and that's what you'll be dealing with as well. Now take a look at our back camera. You can see those droplets on the camera as well, but you can see traffic going just a little bit slower this morning as we are making it into rush hour. Mike?
Well, Ashley, as you mentioned, I mean, things are not in the best of shape out there. Drive with caution. Of course, now Columbus Police not taking any non-injury accidents, but make sure that you're inside of Columbus. If you are not sure, call Columbus to verify. Give them your accident location. They'll tell you whether that's Columbus, because a lot of the other jurisdictions are still taking those accident reports this morning. Pete, Carolyn?
All right, thanks, Mike. And we do have crews all across Central Ohio. As we mentioned, they are covering every aspect of this.
Including Good Day Columbus's Mike McCarthy. He is live in Southwest Columbus with what you can expect right when you walk out the door. All right, so you've got something in your hands here, Mike.
Yeah, Pete, we got a snow shovel this morning, but we're not shoveling snow. We're shoveling ice. Look at all this stuff on the ground. This gives you an idea of how much ice there is out here this morning. I want to pick up one of these pieces too and show you, if I can, just how thick this is, because this stuff is literally over everything out here. So it's not really a lot of ice in terms of thickness, but it's everywhere. Just look at this car here. We're at the Cameron Creek Apartments. The windows, the metal, the entire car wrapped around in ice. We've seen folks out here scraping off their windshield. Seems to be taking folks about 5 to 10 minutes to get their cars ready to go. I want to send things over to Terry Sullivan, who is live at the Columbus City Bus Barn with how things are going there. Terry?
Well, Mike, we've been out here for about 3.5, 4 hours now, and we've been through pretty much every kind of weather, but you can see the ice now has formed on the truck. It's been there for a little bit. We've got one of those frozen handles that many people are experiencing today, and a little icicle down here by the mirror. Now, here's the biggest problem if you do have to go to work today, if you're not canceled. Once you get there, be safe. Be careful getting out of your car because parking lots are very slippery. Adam and I have slipped, nearly fallen a couple of times. It's dangerous in downtown Columbus as well. Dana J, fill us in down there.
Hey Terry, you waking up this morning to get a cold pop? Well, the reason I ask is because I put this one out about an hour or so ago when it really started raining down here, and this all looks like water droplets. That is ice frozen on to this can of pop, and those are the conditions that you're dealing with on your car, on your sidewalk, on the roadway as you head out the door this morning. Speaking of the roadways, Mike Kallmeyer is at the Columbus City Salt Barn this morning. Hey, Mike.
Hello, Dana. They're doing a good job out there. Columbus is, and they, Mayor Coleman calls them the snow warriors. In this case, they're the ice warriors, and they're using this to treat it. It's like chemistry class here. This is the salt brine calcium mixture that they're using to battle this ice. The brine goes on first. That's before the snow or ice comes in. That treats the roadways. Those are the streaks that you'll sometimes see on the road out there. That prevents the bonding of the pavement for the ice or snow. Then the salt goes down. That allows the salt to do its job, and then that calcium really burns everything away as well. They have been chipping away at this mountain behind me all morning long, a constant flow of trucks. They have about 50 out there this morning, and that's just for this morning shift, and that's just for the city of Columbus. The county and the state has trucks out there as well, including in Delaware County, where Tom Bosco is. Tom?
Yeah, Mike, we're alongside I-71 between Polaris and Gemini. Give you a quick read on the current conditions. You can see on my portable weather station there, we're just under 30 degrees. Wind is blowing at about 7 miles an hour, and that is leaving us with a wind chill of about 21 degrees. So it is definitely chilly out there. Take a look. You can look at traffic right there. Starting to see a little bit of a slowdown here. This is the ramp from Polaris Parkway onto 71 South, of course, headed into the city there. And you can see traffic slowing down just a little bit. We're going to see how this freezing rain that we have had is going to affect 71 throughout the morning here. So far, looking pretty good. We've seen a lot of ODOT trucks up and down this way, so they've treated it definitely. We will see how the commute progresses throughout the morning. Right now, going out to Union County, where Tom Susi is live. What's going on, Tom?
Hey, Tom, I'm at a rest stop just outside of Marysville. Take a look. That's 33. Traffic moving very well. That's because over the past few hours, salt trucks have been up and down that roadway, but we're still getting some freezing rain. This is what has developed within the past couple of hours. So if you're out driving around, be very careful. It's still out here, that ice. Guys, back to you in the studio.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Well, we also want to get a look at things here in West Columbus.
Just about 7:10. We want to check in with Dana Turtle, who is live outside. How's it going, Dana? You're all smiles.
Well, yeah, you know what? It's a busy morning. Lots of ice out here this morning. I want you to take a look at the sidewalks and parking lots. This is a whole nother issue, everyone, once you get to where you're going this morning. And you got to keep in mind that the parking lots, they are literally coated. The streets, obviously, we're getting some mist right now. And 33 in the background. Chad, if you want to zoom into the road there, Usually we see traffic going a lot faster than this, but obviously a lot of people are slowing down quite a bit, trying to get into downtown for work today. And if you parked outside, if you're just waking up, this is what your car is going to be like this morning. I mean, it is just glazed over. You got to try to break the ice apart right around the door jamb right here to try to get it open. It's going to be a mess out here until we get above freezing. Once that happens by lunchtime, this ice is all finally going to be melting. So Pete and Carolyn, what a mess out here. We're going to try to scrape this car off coming up in a few minutes and see how that goes. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Dan. It's going to take a little bit longer than you're used to with that scraping. And don't forget, we want to see the weather conditions where you are. We want to see what's going on in your backyard. So see it, shoot it, and send it our way.
That's right. Email your pictures to the address on your screen, pics at WTTE28.com. And by the way, scraping is key. Maybe I shouldn't reveal my source, but let's just say one of the higher-ups here said he knows from experience, don't throw hot water on a windshield. The results can be quite disastrous.
Yeah, so take your time, keep safe, and we'll keep it here with you, getting you updated on what to expect when you head out for the morning. Our live team coverage continues.